everybody. I am Steve. This is A is for Alice, B is for Bob. And today C is for see what I got in the month of August. These are all online purchases, be it from Amazon, the artist himself, and I think something also from Rhino. So let's get this baby rolling here. These guys have never made a bad album. And that is the Choir Boys. Their newest album, and I'm glad Spike is back in the band. Wardour Street, city of Westminster. And it's on some spiffy white vinyl. Not wild about white vinyl, just plain white. Why bother? So if you haven't ever heard the Choir Boys, check them out. I don't know how many albums this makes for them. Could be, I don't know, I bet you that's probably about their 12th studio album. Books. I will show you books. You may have seen me talk about this book, this Pink Floyd book. The best book I've ever read on Pink Floyd. It's on my previous episode, I believe. Well, one before the contest you didn't know that existed. And this just arrived the other day. The Flaming Cow. The making of Pink Floyd's Adam Hart Mother. Know nothing about this yet, except it's got some pictures. So I'm anxious to delve into this, because this is an album, I like half of it, the other half, not in my top 5 Pink Floyd albums, that's for sure. Up next, okay, let's do some box sets. We got the Deep Purple Made in Japan live. I've only listened to 2 of the 5 discs so far, and it does sound great. I will get to the rest of it soon enough. This one recommended by Richard S. over at Richard's Vinyl Tap House. He is the VC's biggest Gary Numan fan. And he was just talking up this live album. And I only own one Gary Numan album. That's what? Pleasure Principle, whatever that is, with cars on it. So really, I knew nothing else about the body of his work. This is a fantastic live album. Can't call that a box set. It's really just what we got in here. 1, 2, 3 discs in just kind of a little booklet form. You know, this is a very much a poor man's Jethro Tull box set here. The book style. And then CDs. Oh, if you saw me do my, is it a tribute? I don't know. Who's it a tribute to? Was it a tribute to Embryonic Robot, Brian? Or was it a tribute to Arcade Fire? Because Brian had recommended this album. I was like, okay, you know what? Amazon had it for the unheard price of $8.80 US. Yes. And I thought, you know what? I'll take a punt on this. And I was shocked at how much I liked it. I believe Brian calls it one of the 10 best debut albums ever. I might give it... Oh, I'd certainly put it in the top 10 debuts of the last 25 years, that's for sure. So, I don't know, I'll have to think more about it, but it is their album, Funeral. So I asked Brian, where do I go next? And he said, just move on to their next album, which is Neon Bible. So, there it is. And I'm not going to tell you what I think of it yet. That's for an upcoming video. So I got a little live Kiss here. I don't know why I even thought about getting these, because to tell you the truth, I don't listen to Kiss a lot, but I think it may have popped up as an Amazon deal or something. So anyway, we got off the soundboard live at Donington, August 17th, 96. Now this is the reunion tour. I saw them on this tour. There you go. And then I got another one, because this was rated very highly. I think they put this like in their top 5 live albums of all time. Kiss, Off the Soundboard, Tokyo 2001. You tell me, Kiss fans, is it a top 5 live album of theirs? Speaking of top 5, this album is in my top 5 by the band. It is the only CD of theirs I do not own. I have the vinyl. And that is the Genesis debut. Yes, this is a top 5 Genesis album for me. A lot of people don't like it because it's not proggy Genesis. I say, you know what? If you like pop tunes, then get this, because they're actually probably more of a pop band here than they are a prog band. His most recent album, Remembering Now, Van Morrison. Man, what I can say about this album, I like the album, but man, really, look at that artwork, huh? I'm guessing Van's granddaughter, great-grandson, whoever did it. And then I have a couple albums by this guy. I would say this is his worst album. This is kind of, I'm kind of disappointed in this album. This is really, I would call this generic blues. And that is Joe Bonamassa, Breakthrough. I like the album cover, Joe. That's pretty cool. I like the Keyhole CD. That's pretty cool. And I'll tell you what else I like. I like the lyrics on, is it the last song, You Don't Own Me? Yeah. Dreamed Jimmy Page was in my band, 'cause his soul is in my hand. I smoke what I like, I drink what I choose. Don't tell me how to play the blues. Name drop and Jimmy Page. Then I have you ever heard the band Riverside? Polish prog rock band, where they put out a great trilogy to start, and it is a trilogy. It's not just their first 3 albums to start out their career. Get those. I think those are like 2003, 5, and 7. Out of Myself, Second Life Syndrome, and can't think of the other one. But anyway, the leader of the band, the creative force behind Riverside, he has a side project called Lunatic Soul. This is Through Shaded Woods. Now, I have 2 Lunatic Soul albums, 1 and 2. And I'll tell you what, if you were to take them and have me do a blindfold taste test, so to speak, I wouldn't be able to tell you which song is from which album. And that is also the problem with this album. He just doesn't, he just stays in that same lane. So, but I've got a cool album cover. Then this band, who are fantastic live, fortunate enough to see them. How many times did I see them? 4 times. And it would be interesting to see what this singer's voice sounds like now, but unfortunately he is no longer with us. And, so he's frozen in time. He can't be judged against his peers who you see get critiqued. And I'm one of those critics when you see videotape of them performing live, like a Roger Daltrey or a Paul McCartney. And that is Queen. Live Killers. Pick that up. And also Queen, Rock Montreal. Now, I'm not going to say they're bad albums. I just don't like all the bullshit of the Deo, Deo. There's a lot of that stuff going on in a Queen concert. Now, when you're there seeing it, you're in the moment, yeah, but it doesn't, to me, translate well to a live album. So I don't know how much more I'm going to listen to these, but they are now proud members of my collection. So there you go. That is it. That takes care of my online purchases for the month of August. And that is it. I will see you later. Thank you.